Hi there, my name's Pantheon. I have dreams of becoming a baker, but for now I'm just an awkward teenage boy who's going through college right now. In my free time I like to play League of Legends. I also like dominating my lane and roaming to help out my team. I'll show you how I like to dominate my lane opponent. In this matchup, I'm going up against a tank Teemo, which is a very, very favorable matchup for Pantheon. So, I like taking, in my runes, Armor Pen Reds, Flat Armor Yellows, Flat CDR Blues, 2 flat quints of AD, and 1 quint of 2.5% flat CDR. This lets me spam my Q a lot in lane, as well as try and abuse low armor opponents. This is my rune page for Pantheon, and this is tailored to how I like to play him, with Ignite, Deathfire Touch, and Corruption Potion at level 1. This scales very well into the late game, and at a certain point, it actually does more damage than Thunderlord's Decree. Thunderlord's Decree and Precision are really good for early game pressure. It does a lot of damage for you. But the way that I like to play, with the damage over time cheese, and late game scaling with AD, this is the way I like to go. When you get about 250 AD, your Q will deal about 200 magic damage. That's a lot. Now, let's analyze the first blood over here. So, up against Teemo, I have a very favorable matchup. And because Teemo doesn't have TP, I'm looking to abuse my strength against him as fast as possible, so that I could get a strong CS lead and also a kill lead on him, which I'm confident in doing. Teemo gets a level up on me, but I feel like I can kill him at level 2 because he's pushing towards me. With my Ignite and Pots, I'll be able to survive anything that he dishes out to me. I was a little bit afraid by his damage right there, but as soon as he overextends right there, you can see the instant you know that Teemo screwed up. Alright, so right here, when Teemo tries to zone me from CS, it fails horribly, and I know that I can kill him as soon as he went up there. Now, what a lot of Pantheon players do is they try to use their stun to start their combo. You don't want to use it to start the combo. What you want to do is you either get 3 charges of passive, or you have your passive up, and you go in for a trade, and then if they try to escape or retaliate, then you use your stun. So we'll back it up here just a second. So I've got 3 stacks on my passive. I attack once. He stops to auto attack. I walk behind him and then start the Ignite. By now he knows he's screwed. I auto attack him and I slam him with Q. So as soon as he tries to run away, I use my stun to keep him in place. This is why you take your stun second. Even though you miss out on your certain death crit passive, your damage over time, gap closer, and CC will net you more kills than your E at level 2. So right here, I haven't backed yet, and I don't have any more pots. I'm pushed up down under tower now, so I'm being really greedy by staying under here to try and get all of this CS. instead of recalling so that I can have a better chance of abusing him later. But I feel like I can kill him again. I'm asking for Shyvana to come gank. And you can see right here that she looks like she wants to come up. But then Shyvana trolls me. And she just walks away. She thinks that he's not going to gank me. Now, if Jarvan hadn't shown up here, and look at this. I thought she was coming up by now. And Jarvan came up and killed me. I like to go back on Serrated Dirk because it gives you a lot of damage. I could go for Caulfield's Warhammer, but the CGR isn't especially valuable to me as much as the damage that Serrated Dirk gives me. The wave is pushing up top, so I look for a roam down to middle. I feel like Yasuo is going to windwall me, so I lead with a stun. That way I get point blank range so that I can continue following. Yasuo comes in, and he's looking to trade with me, and I'm able to solo kill him from 100% to 0, and he did barely any damage to me. Why was that? We'll go and look at that together. So first we'll watch it all the way through. Alright, so we'll go through that play by play. Alright, Yasuo leads up with an EQ combo. I block his first auto, and I lead with a Q auto. That destroys his entire shield and also chunks him down. Then, when he goes in for his second auto attack, I block it immediately. While he's stunned and my Q is on cooldown, I spread my Heartseeker Spear out towards him. Now, by this point, I've autoed him and wove my abilities in. I've wove my abilities in with my autos, or vice versa. That now, for a third auto attack, my passive comes up. And I'm able to kill him from an auto and a Q. Auto attack based champions at early levels don't stand a chance against you if you manage your passive correctly. Managing your passive correctly is very important to Pantheon. You can turn around fights when you're at 20% HP and Master Yi comes ulting out of the fog of war to go for your ass. If you can get your passive stacks up as fast as possible and you manage it perfectly, then you'll be able to get a lead. Over here, I ult top lane to try and spread my lead because I can't ult bottom lane. Alright, so what you want to do is you see how Yasuo is pushing up the lane like most Yasuos do. What you do is you ult the minion wave that they're trying to push under. Because as soon as you drop, you're going to kill most of the minions in that wave. When you kill most of the minions in that wave, they'll probably take a tower shot. Let's see here if Yasuo takes a tower shot or not. But that's what you want to do, is you want to try and cut them off barely on their escape path. He barely has any time to react to my ultimate dropping on top of him. And you try to position it so that you're slightly behind them and you cut them off. It's perfectly fine if you do it a little bit ways ahead if you think that they're going to back off sooner. So for example, if Yasuo had one minion under tower that was at half health instead of 2, then you could go for about here. You could aim about right here, and that would be fine. Alright, he sees me, he starts reacting. That's 1. That's 2. He takes 2 tower shots because he's too up to the turret. Remember to ping your Mias. That's important. The ultimate is now off of cooldown, and I want to go look for a game. It literally, let's see here. It came up off cooldown a short while ago, and there weren't a lot of opportunities, but top lane said that if I ulted top, that we could probably go and get a kill. So as soon as I see it here, as soon as I go in on him, I see that they can go and kill him. And kill my Wukong. Remember not to lead with your stun. If you lead with your stun on a target, then they can still use their gap closer, and you just lost yours. You save your gap closer after either A, they try to escape, or B, they try to turn on you, in which case you block their second auto attack. That's important. At this point of the game, everybody is and should be afraid of me, with right reason. I would gank bottom lane. The problem is that they're always so pushed up that I can't exactly get the right timing to go down there. I see that there's a fight going on towards bottom lane, and I want to go and scrap that. I'm looking down here, and I'm thinking, oh, I really wish I could go down there and kill some fools. I'm channeling my ultimate here. Okay, so you might be wondering, why didn't I go for the Tristana as soon as she was over here? Number 1, Rainbow Road doesn't know what he's doing. I start channeling it now. My flash is down. My ignite is down. If I land on top of Tristana, she gets stunned. But she flashes out of that. So the only person I hit is Yasuo. I can't reach LeBlanc. I can't reach her. I go for what I can reach. If you try and reach for what is out of your grasp, you're going to lose everything. So instead, I know that I can 1v1 Yasuo based off of our 1v1 earlier. And now that I'm even more ahead, I know that I can do so safer. At this point, I'm overstaying my welcome. People are coming back up. I want to get to CS so that I can go back to abusing mid lane, top lane, and bottom lane if I can. Here, I have a gap in map awareness, and that costs my top laner his life, but I just tell him to get good. It's his fault for not paying attention to the map, not mine. I position aggressively towards Yasuo. I see that my team is coming around, so I try to bait him forward so that my team has a better angle on him. Now, as soon as I see Jarvan, I activate my Yumu's Ghostblade so that I don't get collapsed on by him. The massive AoE from my E absolutely shreds them. I flash. I stun so that she doesn't distortion. I auto attack, Q, E. She's dead. I needed to just auto attack Yasuo and save my stun. Here I used up my stun. I should have saved it for right now. That way I could get more damage off onto him, and I'd actually probably kill him with Ignite and a Q. Instead, I get pinned over here between 3 people, and I try to run away, but I see that Tristana is doing too much damage that I have to retaliate. I positioned to get an E off, but she's doing too much damage, and I realized a little bit too late that she's actually killing me. Here, instead of Qing Jarvan, thinking I could kill him, I should have Q'd Tristana. I think the reason why I Q'd him is that he might have been barely out of range, but he might not have been. So that's another mistake I did. Just a small mechanical misplay. And that costs us Dragon and me feeding another kill. And also getting their carry, Tristana, their only hope for the game, another kill. One, Shyvana didn't have ultimate to dive in. Two, I backed up just far enough so that he wouldn't sidestep my Heartseeker strike. Shyvana did have flash though. She could have flashed in to try and help me. But Jarvan's ultimate lasts for nearly 4 seconds. I think it would have been worth for Shyvana to flash in. But it's definitely my fault for trying to position away. That's a habit I have. That I don't want people to sidestep my Heartseeker strike because it does so much damage. That instead of trying to go for point blank, I just try, I back up so that I get more area affected onto them, so that if they try to sidestep, they can't really. But that didn't really axe. And that actually cost me a few things too, one or something like that. Timo gets caught out. He dies. I still think that we could do Baron without him because of Shyvana and Wukong. I try to zone them away. Well, I'm confident that my team, with sated Shyvana, with Titanic Hydra, can do it. So even if I die, I know that my team will be able to get it. And as long as I've got eyes on Jarvan, we're not going to have a repeat of last time. The enemy team collapses on me. And I keep looking and checking. It's like, alright, what's the HP on the Baron? What's the HP on the Baron? You guys better start burning that thing quickly. The enemy team reacts slowly, and right now, then they start turning, but Jarvan is still walking away. Fiddlesticks pops his Spooky Ghost, and now, basically, the Baron is already gone by the time that Jarvan starts reacting. Had Jarvan moved in sooner, he could have tried to steal the Baron away again. Bad shit. This is because I went down towards bottom, they both flash out, and now that she's used Flash, I'm confident that I can kill him. Now that I've got Randuin's Omen, her damage is really low.